Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. As you can see, I'm slumming it. Tried to do something different with my hair, but not gonna do the roots. Um, as always, I have a what you call it, an affirmation. I hope this one helps you through the week and makes you feel at least a little bit better. So, let's check this one out. You are an extraordinary individual, worthy of all the love, success, and happiness this world has to offer. Even in moments when the weight of the world feels unbearable, remember that this too shall pass. You have weathered storms before, and every challenge you faced has only made you stronger. Your courage is far greater than you realize, and you have the power within you to rise again, brighter and more resilient than ever before. Keep going because the best of you is yet to come, and your journey has so much more beauty and growth in store. If you expect me to do that daggone meme with with that big mouth woman, I'm not doing it. I've never seen a woman with a mouth that wide in my life. Anyways, um, let's get back to this topic. You need to understand that you are number one in your life. You might have someone that you feel is possibly higher than you, but you can't do that. You have to be your number one priority. One thing I learned from my mother was, if I can't help myself, how can I help you? Please keep that in mind. You can't help anybody unless you're your number one player on your team. You have to be good to yourself, and you have to understand that everything good in this life that isn't, somehow corrupt, you deserve, just as everybody else does. We deserve our own special, story. You don't have to settle for someone else's. Please don't. That's the worst thing you could ever do. I tried that when I was little. It was horrible. You have to be able to be strong, because as I keep telling you, there is nothing promised. And I promise you, if anything, I can promise you this is not an easy trip. I don't know how old some of y'all are that are watching, but I'm possibly older than quite a few of y'all. So believe me when I say this is not for the weak. And none of us were brought in this world as weak. I mean, you're going to have to understand that there are storms. Some of us have longer storms than others, believe me. But either way, we all gonna make it out as long as we hold tight. I, for one, have lost a few people on this trip. Unfortunately, I got weak at some point too. But luckily, I was strong enough not to be completely swept up. And if you know me, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, this would have to be something private. It's not something I talk publicly about on a regular basis. I mean, there's maybe a few clips of me in my other shows on my YouTube, but yeah, if you know, you know. If you don't, we got to talk privately. But either way it is, you got to understand that there are challenges. This is not an easy life, especially in this time. You know, we don't really have as much privacy as we used to. And there's so many people latching on and, leeching off of those that have worked hard, and then there are those that just try and try and try, and sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does. And those times when it does, that's when you have to hang on. I'm just trying to explain honestly, this is not a beautiful world, but we can fill it with beautiful people. That's what I'm trying to say. And ultimately, it depends on how strong you are. I believe we all have the strength to make it to the end of the race. But when you start to stumble, lean on your friends. I'm not going to say lean on your strong friends, because sometimes they're the weakest. Lean on your friends. Lean on your people. Maybe we can make it beautiful. But with that in mind, just keep in mind, in your head, you are your number one player. Be kind to yourself. Know that you are worthy of so much. But at the same time, you have to be willing to work for it. You have to understand that these roads, they are not nice. I mean, infrastructure, please. So be ready for the bumps. And let's just know, if you need someone who got to have your back, I got your back. Let's get it.